Never mind me. I'm just playing with my new 404 page. If you go to arcade.perillo.com, and then something after that, like anything random, as long as it's not a real page, you will be able to play with this as well. It's like a receipt, that comes out in this little slot. I was inspired by someone posting on X and iterated. I started from scratch and wound up basically creating something that you can grab onto, toss around, move around, and let flow down. It's the world's most fun 404 page, possibly. And you may be thinking, Chris, why is this 404 page, exciting? Shouldn't 404 pages be boring? Well, here's the thing. If someone runs into an error, let's say, they're going to be thrown. Oh, it's a bad page. You want to capture their attention, right? You don't just want them to bounce because they're like, oh, this sucks. But if they go here and they see, so what is this? Oh, this is kind of cool, right? They may actually want to dive in a little deeper. Well, this is how this kind of thing works. I wonder what these other apps are like that this person has done. So that's the idea behind a very interactive, fun, paper, receipty, towel cloth, hangy, whatever you want to call it, this interactive 404 error thing. Whatever it is, I don't know how to describe it, but it was fun to make. 1 out of 19 apps that I vibe coded this week. This is the first one, so y'all can play with all these. They have been uploaded. I'm actually in the process, and I need to finish it here in a second of updating the index page to get them officially listed. That was one. This is one that you saw me vibing on earlier this week on the Maker stream, the Arabesh Forge, which allows you to type in anything, and it'll translate into Arabesh for you. And then you could, adjust different values, like how big it is, the scale, position of, I wouldn't move too many things too far around, but like you can effectively make it yours, right? Including shape. And then when you export it, it'll export as a file that you could 3D print as STL or 3MF. 3MF has the character separated, and then when you print them off, you probably can't see in the back, it says MakerDeck. There's a MakerDeck embossing in the back, so MakerDeck will get credit when you download and print an Arabesh sign. I did. This one took a while, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Do I like to work with the software, or am I like a matter baby? What? You almost had me. I was like, what? You almost had me. The owl people are among us. The owl people are among us. This close. You get a free 3D print for trying if you go here and generate your own. This was another one. This took a while. This definitely took a while, but I'm very happy with the way that it ultimately turned out. I was kind of on an Arabesh kick as well over the past week when I started with this. I wonder if I could create, files or make it easy to create STL files, and that's what that led me. And then I was like, I kind of want to. How do I memorize? How do I? Hey, how you doing there, Holly? Wait, if I say Go Rock, Holly Go Rock, did I say that right? Arabesh, right? How do I start it, right? How do I memorize these characters? So this is basically, it's Yurt. That's S, Senth. That's, it's Dorn. This is F, Thorn. This is C, Sarek. V, Vev, 1, D, Osk, O, D, X, Zesh, 8, that's easy, T, Trill, B, Besh, 5, Aaric. So basically, you could use this app to better memorize Arabash. A trainer, right? You can keep score and everything. It also has the option for you to like open the full translation, at least for this app. The ligatures were not included because I couldn't map the ligatures. But at least for the letters and numbers, they are listed here. You can export it as a PNG or a PDF. So you've got a translation key, and you could learn Arabash. Have fun learning Arabash. So that was kind of a fun aside for me. Because I was like, there's got to be like a flashcard way of doing it. I'm like, why don't I just do it? So I was on an Arabash kick and a 3D printing kick. Another Arabash tool here. This will translate Galactic Basic into Arabash. And so there you see there's the translation. In Arabash, ligature is not included, but if you press this button down here, it'll save a high quality image of the output. It's pretty wild. So yeah, that was another fun one. These are all online. I couldn't quite get the design the way I wanted it to, but I'm like, you know what? This is fine. It's industrial. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. This one you probably saw me tweaking with as well. Tweaking. You can design your own business card, and with that card, you can include it generates a QR code natively. You don't need to generate your own. You can generate one in line, and so you could link it to any web page that you wanted to. You could put your text in there. You can choose between a smattering of different fonts. You can change the kerning of each one of those fonts, because of course you're going to be printing, so this may be something you want to be mindful of. You can drag and drop SVG logos in there if you want to include your own graphic, and so you basically create your own business card. You can reposition elements on the oh no, that's broken. I'm gonna have to fix that. I just noticed like the okay, wait, hang on. Top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right are not working. So top right, bottom right are not working. Mid R. None of the rights, none of the anchor positions are working. Okay, found that little bug. And of course, if you run into any issues as you see them, please let me know. I really want, I want to be able to fix these bugs. So let me go ahead and remember, I got to fix. I'll do that here in a second as soon as I get through showing you all these apps. This was kind of an accident. It wasn't something that I set out to do. Creating a gem explosion of sorts that you can like pan around, change colors to. I think it should have infinite. Yes. So you got your chromatics, kind of infinite colors. Fun more than anything. And this came out of something completely different. But it was fun nonetheless. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like what it did. I'm going to save it. I'm going to do an offshoot of it. And so this became a separate app. I'll come back to that in a second though. This is a disco ball in space. And then if you drag and drop it, it'll snap back. And you can see all those lights swirling around. You can also go in and, like with just about everything, you can regenerate the universe. And it'll be a different color schematic. It'll be a different globe, different star pattern in the background. You might not be able to see those stars, but that's okay because you can turn up the brightness, the velocity at which they move, the twinkle speed, the physical size. There you go. The variance in sizes, the amount of stars, and ultimately have a disco ball that you enjoy. So it's fun. Very satisfying, these little apps. So yeah, I had fun with this, a lot of fun, and it turned out better than I would have expected. At the end of the day, I was very happy with this particular app. This app right here is what this came out of. These gems that are floating around here, shot out of. Getting ahead of myself. This app. I was wanting to build a. What is this, people? What is this? What's this, everyone? Do you know what this is? Can you, if I turn it around, does that help? What is this? Geode. We were looking for the word geode. I have created effectively a geode. So I can hit randomize, and it'll randomize, different colors, different, settings all around. It should the colors chosen should be completely at random. In fact, I may need to repattern that, because I know that it has a tendency to pick the same colors over and over again. But you can adjust all sorts of settings. Is it perfect? No. Is it good enough? Yes. I'm not going to take it too much further than the way that I got it. But this was an original vibe code here. This was the offshoot, you might remember, from the virtual event last Thursday. Music was the keyword that was selected. And I haven't picked the recipient of the $100 Amazon gift card yet. But out of one of the apps that I used, a vibe code, that came this idea for an app where basically you hear a note and then you try to play it back to get just the right note. What took me so long to do this one wasn't the idea. It was getting the keys to kind of show up the way I wanted them to, design-wise, clean, effective, and getting the background really to not be as crappy as it was. So the idea is that you're supposed to train your ear. Just a game. That's a simple game. I will probably always fail at it. This was one that came out of a formula that I found. It's basically rain on a glass. You can see it, or you can form a heart to have raindrops on this glass. And if I can get to another, there we go. It even has lightning that you can throw in there. If you want, you could go in and you could choose an image. So I could choose, let's say, a TIE fighter. Oh, it's not going to let me? Oh, because it's in trash. Let's take the TIE fighter out of the trash. There we go. So now I can randomize again. Get to minimum blur, clear. Those are the drops or droplets. The scrub for the timeline, or how close you are. The rain density, the atmosphere, everything that you might be able to tweak should be tweakable here within this app. And it looks like I may have a few more to go. There we go. So if I minimize the blur, you can see there's the TIE fighter in the background. I can turn it off entirely. Look at that. Isn't that wild? Pretty wild. I had another rain simulator, but it didn't work exactly like this one. This is a little different. And then you've got the heart logic that could be applied to it as well. When I was in the translation mindset, I vibe coded a Huttese protocol translator, culling as much Huttese and Galactic Basic that I could find. So effectively, you could build what you want to say in Huttese, or there are some pre-built phrases. This took a while as well, if only to make sure I got the words the way I wanted them to. And there are hundreds in here. It's obviously not comprehensive. There's not a lot that we know about Huttese apart from what's been documented, out there, what have you. And I totally agree, Holly. Like, vibe coding got so good so fast. These are just the latest apps that I did, right? Like this, when I started a year ago, if you look at the arcade of all these apps, where I started a year ago is, okay, here we go. Let's just go to the arcade, arcade.perillo.com. Let's sort it by the oldest. This is where we started. This is the game. This is where we started. The first vibe coded game / app that I ever made. And this is where we are today. Right? Like, just night and freaking day. It's crazy how good the tech has gotten. I feel like I've progressed in terms of skill, but it just takes practice. I'm doing a lot. I'm trying to get better. So speaking of doing a lot, I did a lot for the maker community this week. This is another maker app that was inspired by Rabchilla, who's a maker. He says, hey, I want an easy way to make signs for the people for me to print out when I go to shows. I want it to be able to support SVG images, yada, yada, yada. And so that's basically what I did. In the vein of the other 3D app, the Arabesh Forge, I did this one. It has MakerDeck stamped on the back as well. And you can print a variety of shapes, a variety of fonts, and it should work it should work well. Tweak dang near everything, including the logo scale, if you are so inclined. The logo position, where it sits, in relation to the text. It'll also export the stand, not just the sign, but a stand to go along with it in the STL or 3MF format. So it is pretty much all tweakable. I'm pretty sure, spacing I've got, that's line spacing. I may need to add, I'm seeing like one thing that I may need to add here too, like kerning. This was a fun throwaway thing. It's nothing. It does nothing. It's just kind of like based upon like the alien computer terminal thing that I made, but it's all Arabash. So it's more Star Warsy. That's it. This is what it does. It's all fake. Nothing here. Nothing to see here. Just something you can throw into a web browser. Because I could. This is a generative tool that generates visuals. I'm seeing some bugs. Not bugs, but like things. Oh, I need to change this. I need to change that. This is why sometimes it's good to use your software, right? Like when you learn, I need to adjust this. I need to adjust that. You're making it a better experience for you. You're making it a better experience for other people. But it's just a visualizer, right? Taking these like lava lampy sand kind of fine grain sand art flows and turning it into an app that, you could just have fun with and export. Just about any app that I have, you can export a 4K wallpaper. So just about every app that I have, you can export a wallpaper. This was fun. A roar and wah visualizer. I'm just changing the dynamics of it. Colorful. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. Well, it's sticking to green and blue. You should be able to adjust the color in here. Oh, wait. Where's the color? Refraction index, strength, Q shift. There we go. So there's your color slider. Up, down, left, right. Increase the contrast. The specular glint right there in the middle. The edge contrast. So it's just an app that was fun and visual. This is silent liquidity, and this is all it does. You can randomize the pattern of water in the background and the text. You can modify every one of them. So the water, the way that you can change the depth so it's more shallow, make it very, very deep. You can increase the complexity of the streaks, increase its refraction, the chromatic aberration. So there's all sorts of settings that you can configure in here. Another fun web tool, but you can also turn on the rain, export the image as a wallpaper. Didn't exist before. It exists now. When I was messing with SVGs, I realized I needed an easier way of creating an SVG logo that would work for me. And so I basically created this. Let me see here. What would be a good example to use? Yeah, I guess this would be a good example to use. Pretty simple. If I drag an image in here, what it'll do is it'll automatically turn it into an image that can be SVG'd. Export SVG, that's it. Drag and drop. You can adjust contrast or balance. You can also, if you are so inclined, drag and drop a color image in there and adjust those settings as well. And, end up SVGing what you want. You can upscale it, add different filters to it, make it what you need. The full color is also an option for you, depending on how many colors that you want to use. The more colors, the more intense it's going to be, the bigger the file. If I adjust these things, I might be able to get it just right. Or not. I don't know if I'm going to be dialing it too much. If I upscale it, that will usually help. Edward, yeah, have you been watching? I've been going through them. This SVG converter is feature complete. There's the original and the vector image. But yes, it's an easier way, just very quick and simple. Honestly, the the ability to turn any image into a vector, black and white or monochromatic, was what I was going for personally in this particular app, because that was my specific use case. And it worked. It worked really well. This is another generative wallpaper app. You click it, it cycles through. You can change color settings. It's using the P5JS library, which is a fun, but those are flat compared to like 3JS typically. But again, kind of a wallpaper generator, generative art, always random, never the same. But like with any of the apps that I have, you can tweak it 7 ways from Sunday. This was fun. This is ultimately from last week's vibe coding event. The keyword was music, and I couldn't settle on something I wanted to do with music. And then after the show, after the stream, ended up completing the SKX Ultra. This is an app that is like the Casio SK1 sampling keyboard. So you can record your voice and then play it back. You probably can't hear that, but then I've set up certain presets in here, like music, so you can play music with whatever voice sound sample that you did. Very, very simple, very straightforward. It took a lot to get the way that I wanted it to be. If I'm dissatisfied with any aspect to this, it would specifically be that the audio, the tracks, the sound did not work as well as I would, or the presets, I couldn't quite get dialed in the way that I wanted to get dialed in. But, for a simple thing, I feel that it works well. There's the arcade and then the first game. Okay, so we've now made it through the 19 apps that I've got to get prepped and staged for the arcade. And I'm using another app that I vibe coded to better be able to do that. But first, I want to make sure I note the things that I wanted to change. This one's fine. Arabesh was fine. This was okay. That needs to be tweaked. This is okay. Disco Ball was okay. No, that was not okay. I need to adjust the colors. This was okay. That was okay. That was okay. This one needs kerning. That was okay. This was one of them. Oh, when I clicked to pan and drag, that was the problem. Okay, for that one, panning and dragging. This one was okay. This one I think was okay. This one seems to have an issue. This one I want to tweak too. So I've got a few things that I want to tweak. I've been using Gemini for everything. 99% of the time. If you want to take a look at what I've done, there's the link. I'm going to be, the ones that I'm just showing, the 19 that I'm showing here are about to be uploaded. If you go to my 404 page, which is anything, you'll see another one that was just vibe coded yesterday. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I've been at it. I'm up to 233 apps. Well, now more than that, 250? Am I up to 250? I think I'm dang close, man. Let me go ahead and pull back and bring up hey Pixel.
Hey.
Yeah, so I looked and I'm like, I've got some tweaking I need to do. I was just seeing, like, when I hate running into so many bugs. You need to, right? If you're going to be, editing, but like at the same time, I'm growing increasingly concerned about Gemini Pro because it's been problematic for me, and I'm not the only one. Someone suggested turning off Canvas, but what I've been doing is I've tried that, and it goes back to thinking, but I don't know if it's improved any. So I've got to say that none of the anchor positions for right anchor positions seem to be working. This one is the business CADs that I've got to edit. I've got a few pages to get through here. I haven't tried vibe coding Python scripts. No, not deeply. I've done some stuff on the Mac desktop, but not extensively. If I found a use case for it, absolutely. So let me go ahead do you want to show people what you're working on, Pixel?
Yeah, sure. So
Okay.
this is a Minecraft style clone here, but it's mainly focusing on the building aspect of it, and less on the survival aspect. And so what I ended up doing here is, number one, creating the clone here, but then I started making iterations on it. So for instance, for building wise, I wanted these walls to be a little bit thinner so you can build them like actual walls. Now, what that does though is as you see when I'm building this floor, it actually creates a problem here. You can see the tiles on the other side. And one of the ways that I have tried to fix that is I have something called an offset mode. And so what you can do here is if I turn on offset mode, that will then allow me to place my blocks pretty much anywhere. So I can get a lot closer to this. I can essentially have a smaller grid that I'm working on. So I can push that up right against the wall, or my blocks can even go through other blocks if I really need them to. I place them just right here. But as you see, yeah, it is moving on a completely separate grid here.
Mm-hmm. And what are you building this in?
This is all in HTML in Gemini, and it's using 3JS. I've also made a few other additions to this, so I've made actually smaller blocks that you can place down as well. Click on one of these. Is turning on and off of my paint mode. I gotta fix that bug.
Don't you love that? I'm stacking my bugs.
Let's see.
I've learned too when I'm typing to Gemini, I say without changing anything else, and then I end it with "give me a plan before executing," to kind of force it to think.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you see here, I can actually build with a lot smaller blocks as well. So I can make highly detailed things as well as use the normal size ones.
Yeah.
It definitely provides me a lot more flexibility. So let's say I wanted to put a table here instead, I can make this out of these smaller blocks. Now it's still a square desk or rectangle desk, but you can make something a lot more detailed that way.
I'm curious. So do you play Minecraft normally?
I don't, but I used to a lot, but I didn't play it in the normal sense. I played it mainly as just something to build things on. And I was a part of a very popular server at the time that was strictly for that. Had over 100 builders on it. That would build, all sorts of different things. Huge castles in it, and flying ships and fantasy areas. It was pretty interesting to look at. But of course, they had to go and they had to do it. They had to stick to the limitations of what Minecraft was before. So you didn't have mini blocks like this,
right?
Things like that. So that's why I wanted to make this and see if I could by vibe coding it all. I also have light fixtures here, if I can get it to work right. For some reason, the last thing that I did had changed my camera so that if I'm walking straight, sometimes it goes haywire. So I gotta fix that too. Let's see, where is my light? Okay. So I got many lights here that I can put in, and I can control its brightness as well as the color of it. So I can turn down the brightness of the bulb, essentially. And Q for my color. I'm going to change the color here.
Yeah, I think the big tweak is the telling when you start a prompt, and I don't know if this is every prompt, but like especially if it's just like a quick fix, you without changing anything else, and then give me a plan before executing, focuses what they're supposed to do, like super hyper focused.
Right, yeah. And I don't know if you noticed this, but we actually had Nano Banana 2 come out today.
Yeah, just dropped today. Yeah. I used it. I can't say, maybe I have to use it a little more. I wasn't that impressed.
It's not that different from the other model, but it is actually better if you hold them side by side.
Yeah, I'm sure, side by side for aspects. Sure. Which is great. I have zero complaints here.
And it's supposed to be faster. It's I think it's like 10 seconds faster than the other one.
Oh. I just want them to fix Gemini in the browser. Like, it got so stupid. For being smart, it got so stupid. I've got screenshot after screenshot after screenshot of its stupidity.
Right.
I could prove it over and over.
I haven't had too many problems with it yet, but I am switching over to anti-gravity at the moment, because I hit the rate limit on this game again, and so it doesn't like that. So I'm gonna switch over to anti-gravity and redo the entire thing.
Yeah.
But and there's another aspect of this is also that I have a paint mode, so you can actually paint separate faces on your blocks here. So as you see, that's one side's brick and then one side is the panel here. Gives you gives you more of an idea of how you could like put wallpaper on things like that.
Yeah. This is all you've been working on then?
Yeah, pretty much. Since I had to redo the whole thing in anti-gravity, that's really what I've been working on. Yeah,
I see. Anti-gravity, I have not started.
Right.
I've done more in AI Studio, I'll say, lately, in trying to build something a little larger in terms of a tool that is a bit more comprehensive. But I haven't. It's not yet at the point where it's like, okay, this is something that I'm going to use. It's going to be a collection of tools that are going to be AI based.
Right.
But I think that's all it's going to do for me. For me, at least. So.
Right. Sure.
What's the word I'm looking for? Where is this? I got my girlfriend texting here. Can you even hear the sound effect?
Yeah. I can, I could hear your
you could hear
phone
it?
go off.
Yeah, the phone was going off. Okay, so this one. Here's the plan to stop the randomizer. Drag. Yes. Theoretically, this is the problem with not having the canvas open. I'm afraid to have the canvas open now. Is I can't get an idea of if it's working, like as opposed to like an immediate canvas. I've also taken to doing diffs, like what's the diff between this and this, and I'm pretty sure it's been doing okay. Like what's a good way of doing this? What's the diff? Wait. Great. What's the diff between, run a full diff between the original attachment I gave you and your new code. So I'm basically asking it to fact check itself.
Right.
Because otherwise, it's like, did you do exactly what I told you to do? Do I need to go back and double check this thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because especially with these bigger apps, it has gone in and has removed things that I'm like, what are you doing? Why did you take this out? Oh, is there a new anti-gravity update?
Yeah, yeah.
So it ran a diff. Okay, it looks like it's good. And make sure I copy out the code.
I'm not sure if it's available, but in AI Studio, can you go back to the previous version if you're?
I think you can roll back. Yeah, you can roll back. Yeah. Okay, so it took out So theoretically, my generative geode. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. So now my geode should give me, different colors. There we go. Much nicer. I was going for like totally random. I want space rocks, like. That's great. That's so much better. Okay, awesome. And then this one. This is the kerning assets. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a big one, especially for the bigger changes, because I just don't want having to go back into any one of these is nerve-wracking, because there are just so many things that could go wrong in an update,
Right. Yeah.
like this. Yep. And so now there's an error. Now the app doesn't load. Wait, hang on. Wait. I have to give it a bit, maybe? Okay. Let's do this. My backup currently is the one on the server. That's the true backup. Some of these ones that aren't as what's the word I'm looking for? Aren't as complex. I'm less nervous about, because they'll be easier to fix should something go wrong. But like the more difficult ones, I'm like, oh boy.
Right.
Like this one. This is a prime case. It's a prime dags. No, that's it. Nosebleed's good. CADs should be good. Will it export? This is just an STL. But it exports fine. Great. Not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about triangle count. I get really worried when I upload a new file and it's like 10K smaller. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is this smaller? Geode looks good.
You can enlarge your side again.
Okay. I can go here to this view. Now, Geo's good.
Yeah, they're always updating anti-gravity. Pretty much every other day I'm getting an update for it.
Jeez. Wax. Broken, but...
But hey, at least that means they're actively working on it.
Yeah, I want them to work on those models. That's what's driving me up. Hey, thank you so much for following Platinum Fox. welcome in. Just vibe coding again here on a Thursday.
I'm sure they're working on those too.
Oh, wow. It truncated. Wow, it exported the thing, and it didn't even get all the way through before it quit. Wow. That's a first for Gemini. Wow. Again, Gemini is making me more and more nervous with every damn passing day. There we go. Spacing, font kerning, yay. And can I change the padding? There we go. Cap kerning to 2. How would I cap kerning to 2? How would I, and sometimes I just ask it, how would I cap kerning, character kerning to 2? It did noise bleed. I want to do this one. Un-American graffiti. These are my, without changing anything else, give me a plan before executing. I don't want it to there we go. Change the max attribute for the kerning slider from 20 to 2. Sweet. See, then I don't have to have it regenerate, you know?
Right, yeah.
Saves time. I don't get nervous, like, as opposed to something that's a slightly bigger refactor. Because that'll keep people from really screwing it up. Like, I'm sorry, I'm talking about my max 2, step 0.2. The wax is now updated.
Hey, this is the version of it that I did in anti-gravity. This one's working a little bit better though, too.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't have all the same features yet, but yeah, it's working a little better.
Yeah. So I've got to get the arcade going. SK Ultra needs a little tweak here too.
Just because I didn't add them in yet.
Yeah. I think I got geode gone. Crystal close. I don't need. There's a few of them that I was okay with. So this one, say, okay, here's the plan. Sounds good. Thank you for playing. Now the SK Ultra is the next one I need to update. Last one, voice keyboard. Did things a little differently with some of the processing this time, which has me a little has things a little off, I'll say. I'll come back to the arcade in a second. graffiti's getting changed. This one, I've got a header that's off. Audio tracking should be over. Audio tweaking. I'm gonna add for this voice keyboard, audio tweaking would start above the octave changer.
Yeah, I got a whole week here coming up that I can just sit back and vibe code.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
what are you planning on doing?
Break can happen.
What are you gonna plan on doing?
At the moment, just this.
Oh,
just sitting here and coding these things. But I'm not really sure exactly what my projects are going to be as of yet.
oh, okay.
Possibly trying to go and get this this Minecraft thing working more effectively.
Yeah.
Maybe try to implement more textures and things like that, like in folders that I can put on the desktop locally. So it's not just generating based off of what it can pull from HTML.
Right.
See if I can find a way to get that hosted online as well.
What? How complex?
Well, I mean, at the moment, it's not going to be too complex. I just want to add in, sounds and different things like that. Like.
But
like
it's a multi-file kind of
right.
structure?
It's going to be multi-file. Yeah. Hopefully, I can just go and upload it to a image hosting website, and that'll be fine through that. But
an image hosting website?
Now,
why not?
Obviously, that's not going to be great.
What about Git? Could you use GitHub Pages?
You might be able to, but I'm not super familiar with GitHub and how all that works.
Oh, dude, I think it's relatively straightforward. I mean, or I'll just say this: have it do it for you.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you definitely could.
Right.
Especially with anti-gravity, like you could just ask it to do that shit.
Yeah, throw on an agent for sure. I haven't installed Git in a while. Everything I do is in the cloud, so to speak.
I mean, before I do all that, I would basically just ask Gemini or whatever, what is the best way of tackling it? Rather than, because I don't have a programmer's mind, I'm just, throwing possibilities out into the universe and seeing what comes back. Now, it may not be the most efficient way, the way that I'm,
Right. But, that's, I'll tell you, that's how I did the 404. Right. That's how I ended up with this one, right? It's like, I didn't expect to do this. I was like, I was like 404. I'm like, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. And then I saw this. I'm like, well, I don't really want to upload it as an app. Like, I don't know how appy it is, but I'm like, it'd be kind of a fun 404 page, where someone could grab and move it around and all that stuff. So a lot of what I create, I didn't set out to necessarily create. It's just like, right. I wonder if I could do that. I wonder how that would look, Could I make it this? Could I make it that? Yeah, it's all...
It's weird, though. I do seem to be having better luck in anti-gravity coming up with applications that actually work better than they work in the Gemini app itself. And I don't know what that is. I don't know why, or whether it's like a file structure thing as to why it's better. Or what?
For what? Now, can you...
In terms of like, let's say this Minecraft thing, this is running a hell of a lot better than it ever did in the browser. And I don't know why.
Have you asked for specific optimization?
I haven't asked it, no.
Okay. Because that might be why. Or I would say
did ask it to go and optimize in the browser when I was doing that, but I didn't ask anti-gravity to optimize.
Okay. Oh, see, here's something. I said without changing anything else, do this, give me a plan before executing. It gave me a plan, and then it automatically executed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's just like what I was telling you a long time ago, you know, by asking it to go and tell you what it's about to do before it does it, and then you could just tell it whether
it seems to
accept it or not.
I will say it I think potentially focuses it when I'm doing onesie twosie things.
Right.
You know, not like a full-on app. I don't feel like I feel it interrupts my quote unquote vibe when I'm doing a full-on app, you know?
Right.
This is graffiti. Trying to think of any other apps that I saw that I'm like, oh, I need to change this. Still processing this shit. Did you see Platinum Fox had a reply in terms of the browser perf?
Well, I mean, I'm not using Firefox. I'm using Chrome. If that has any bearing on it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to constantly, when I'm doing visualizations, I have to say, hey, this is killing my browser. What can we do? And it does it. Like, it'll go through. I've cleaned up a few of my heavier things. So sometimes just asking could be it. It could be the hook, you know?
And I have done that before, and it has.
That's the thing.
It has
is if it's
cleaned it up.
If it's running in a browser anyway, like even if you're running it locally through like multiple files or you generate it through anti-gravity, like I don't think it's the browser that's the issue. It could be an optimization thing. Like something's pegging because it took one route versus another, you know?
Now, I will say that when
asking.
I'm programming something in the browser and I get to that 5,000 lines, it will crash out on me and say that the browser has ran out of memory.
When you get to what?
When I get to about 5,000 lines of code in Gemini, it will crash out on me and tell me that the browser itself has ran out of memory.
Wait, hang on. Are you're
now you would think that all of that would be server side on their side, and it wouldn't. So
I don't understand. Right? I don't understand. 5,000 lines should not.
Right. It shouldn't. I agree.
I haven't hit 5,000 lines yet in an HTML file. Usually the file size is huge by then. Yeah, I guess I haven't hit that. I haven't hit that restriction yet.
Right. Yeah. And there's no need for you ever to really reach that. I'm just doing something a lot more complex.
Theoretically.
Yeah, theoretically.
All right, let's see if I got everything. Keyboard, Un-American, MakerPlax, Generative Geo, Business CAD.
But yeah, I've had that happen like many times where it'll just stall. Like the whole thing is just not responding at all anymore. It's not trying to generate any code. It just crashes out on it.
Okay, so refraction, action, noise, bleed. I uploaded all these. Business CADs, I got it. Everything should work still. Pray to God that nothing's broken that I've made these last second tweaks, but now I've got to batch my this is what I'm getting ready to upload. Like, so this is how I process batches. You know, I have to say, okay, it's in the play category, it's in the game category, it's in the work category, you know, and I've got a lot of them are in play, a lot of them are visuals, and then I just basically get the descriptions down to what I need. I don't make them heavy in terms of keywords, but kind of like, I'm just going for like, okay, so generate complex domain warped noise patterns and liquid textures with granular FBM and color controls. Generative art on demand in this 3D Voronoi Lattice Explorer with physically inspired refraction, environment, and environment maps. Very short. This is for the description. High end here. I can go bigger here.
And Chris, I don't know if you remember me saying this or not, but do you remember when I was telling you about how when I was generating code, sometimes it would essentially start writing the code and then it would crash out on me, and then when I go back to that page, back to the where it generated the code just would not be there anymore. And I think it happened to you a few times too.
Oh yeah, it clears out. It says this can't find this chat.
And it's not even just can't find this chat. Like I've had that happen before too. But what I mean more of is that like the last thing that I generated just won't even be there at all. It'll show all the rest of the code, but the last thing I generated won't be there. And what is weird to me about that is that if that's supposed to be server side, why would that not be there? Even if I crashed out, why would that not be there?
See, I've had things where I'll process something and like I can see it glitches in the web browser. I'm like, oh crap, it got rid of the chat. I hit refresh, it's gone. Like the entire chat is gone. Like it didn't exist. That usually happens up front. Rarely does that happen later on in the chat.
Right. Yeah, I've had it happen later on in a chat, but yeah, it's like if how I'm imagining things are working on this, if all that's supposed to be processed in the back end and just come over to the front end from that same server, why is that not, even if my browser had an issue, why is that not showing up once I refresh the browser?
Dude,
it has to have something to do with either the server itself crashing as well as my browser, because otherwise it should be there.
Yep. I don't disagree. There we go. Okay, so now theoretically I've got everything the way I need it to be for updating my index file. I take that out. Huttese translator. All right, here we go. Hold on to your butts. I'm generating a new index and a new RSS feed. How does that? Yes, the new RSS feed works. By the way, did you notice? You didn't notice. I guarantee you didn't notice. Arcade.perillo.com is the new foundation. So if you go to it used to be perillo.com/arcade. And so
I did just go to your website and I saw that it got changed around.
Yeah, so everything, basically I just moved arcade instead of a subdirectory is now the subdomain.
Gotcha.
Copy to clipboard, got to update my sitemap. Sitemaps. Okay. I actually made my 404 editor. The 404 app is going to be listed in the arcade, so you can see the 404 from within the arcade, or you will be able to like browse it.
Right.
There we go. So I've got to.
So one of the things that I did since I was remaking the app, what I ended up doing is I told Gemini to literally just describe every piece of that game, like all the changes that I made and everything, so that I can just
like a change logs. Yeah. That makes sense. So now couldn't fit. What? Oh, that's why. Okay, there we go. What the fart?
I'm still having that weird issue with my camera though. I've always had that issue when I'm making 3D environments like this, where like sometimes I'll just be looking straight and then the camera will just go all haywire, all just randomly. They're like looking in a direction that I was not looking, and I have no idea what triggers that.
Oh, that's why. No. What the this, but it, but it works. I can see it working. It's having a problem with my sitemap for some reason, but oh, it says it was posted successfully, but it said couldn't there we go. Now it's successful. Okay, great. I was getting a little concerned here. RSS feed, batch snippets. I don't need the batch snippets. I should just be able to download the HTML, test it locally. No breakages. Look at that! 251 apps! Oh my god! 250, dude. I made 250. Wow.
That's impressive.
250 apps. I'm getting better at it too.
Do you know why your pictures aren't showing up?
Yeah, because I'm running it locally. I needed to test it.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not stupid. That's why.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I've learned, make a backup. Don't fucking... Okay, everything looks good. We are good for launch. Look at that. Now with more Star Wars, everything seems to work. All the graphics pulled in. I had some issues earlier, but wait a minute, where's my descriptions? Hang on, see, this didn't pull in the descriptions. Wait a second. But wait a minute, those descriptions are there. Oh, see, it screwed up. Okay, this is going to be... How can I do this? Okay, this is going to take a little more heavy lifting here. Okay, so I'm going to delete that. Go back. This is why I have a backup. Because I'm going to have to do this again. How can I? If I include this, though. Copy the clipboard. Okay, so this... I'm going to do a weird way of processing. Okay, so previous index. It's not following the convention, so without changing anything else, give me a plan before executing. The batch file processor. I'm gonna build an import kind of tool of sorts because I don't want to have to type in everything again. One, the output isn't what it should be. The HTML output isn't what it should be. Convention should be including the description as in the same way that it's already listed in the index stage, but already formatted. Instead, it seems to be inserting as span tags, not key tags. This is where it's good to kind of dig in a little deeper because I see my descriptions are off. Not that anybody else is going to notice necessarily, but I will notice. Yeah, see, virtual pop, steady bang, golden ear. See, yeah, and there's a tag, golden ear, span class desk. It should be a P. Right, now I got to give it an example of what works. And what doesn't work. Right is this water planet, machine hydrate, data cat. Okay, so then water planet is an original span. Just P. Great. 2. I need a way to import previous work, proper or improper code to repopulate the fields. Okay, how can I say this? I need a way to import paste previous proper and improper code to repopulate the fields so I don't have to re-enter this information with the proper formatting. For example, I have a list of 19 improper outputs that I'd like to re-import to export properly into the index.html. Output index HTML. Give me a plain port. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we're gonna try. I think I described that best I could.
Yeah, see, one of the good things about being a product manager, being able to vibe code like this, is that you are now able to fix everything as it comes to your mind, rather than waiting a week or two. For a program and that you don't necessarily want.
I'll say this
all day long, but the programmer's gonna, since you're two separate people, you're gonna come to a different outcome. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes that's a good thing too.
Well, I mean, it's always good to get feedback. It's always good to bounce off of somebody else. It's one of the reasons why I don't like building in a silo. Matt, I'm right now. I've got to edit one of my apps that a batch processor that I use to process things. I ran into a slight issue, and I don't want to have to retype all the text again. So I'm creating a new batch processor to do it. But I just uploaded the latest array of apps to the arcade, and I noticed, I'm like, wait a minute, why is this not showing up? And so I'm having to basically go in and say, it's kind of broken. What's going on? So I'm going to be fixing it, but I'm up to now 251 apps, Matt. 251.
I asked this to now be able to upload custom sounds to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I can just choose whichever file I want to, do whatever sound I want. And hopefully once I upload it to GitHub or wherever,
GitHub Pages, I think, would do it for you. least I'm pretty sure.
Right.
That's what my gut tells me.
Yeah, I definitely need to look into it, more into how GitHub actually.
You know,
'Cause, like
I'm definitely.
I've been on it, but I haven't ever uploaded anything to it.
Yeah. I have not gone down the path. I think when you upload a repository, it automatically creates the page for you. So like even when if you upload, it should. And I think they just announced that they're going to deploy native like React modules, making it even easier to run sites on GitHub. If I read it correctly. Okay, so now we're gonna see if this worked. There's the index. Oh, it worked. Okay, now. Moment of truth. Wait, hang on. No. Iterated. No. I don't want the iterated. No. Hang on. You nuked the logic of. You nuked the logic of the original app. Its intent is to take the index.html file I give the app and give me a new index.html file based upon the one I give it, plus the new app data I'm wanting to add to it. I don't need iterated output. I don't need the iterated output. I don't need to just be the snippets, but the entire new index.html file based upon the index.html file I give the app to process. Explaining it as deeply as I possibly can. I don't think it did this on purpose. I think it may have been a clarity statement, but dear God, this is not on fire. This is just more of a convenience app for me. Like it just makes it easier. Because I was doing things copy paste. I'm like, nah, dude. There's got to be an easier way. And this is something that I built into the cloud as well, or been baking out in a more streamlined architecture. But I've been doing it piecemeal too, and so I just have to get better at like I almost need to process everything like one at a time. It does teach you how to communicate well. That is absolutely true. There we go. So user confusion seems likely. I'm not confused. I see it. Like it's not. Oh, it inserted it above. Yeah, wait. It nuked the logic. I see what it did. Initial anchors were the key, not missing. There we go. Okay. Maybe it got it right. Because it planted them in the it planted them in the wrong place. Yeah, see, my index file import logic may be broken. I realized the existing file is appended, not replaced, causing duplication with uploaded snippets and new ones. See, I like reading like when it's like, what are you thinking? Like, includes app entries resolving prior misunderstandings. Okay, let's see what happened. Wait, hang on. Let's see here. So, no. Shiny. Okay, but that's the snippets, but did it add to... it didn't add them where it needed to add them. It didn't add them where it needed. That's the problem. Yep, there we go. Appending new snippets if needed within defined categories using existing href matching. There we go. I didn't remove a single line. String slicing failed entirely. If you import 19 existing apps to fix their formatting, you'll script just... well, I don't need it. Is it going to append? Okay, so 0 duplication. There we go. This is like overkill for everything that I'm going to be doing in the future, but I want to try to get it right because this is an app that I use. This is like what I use for batch processing. Just easier. As opposed, I mean, I say it's easier, but you got to get it right. As opposed to manual copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. If I get it right one time, plus I don't know what I'd be building right now anyway, because I'm pretty much, this is it, and then I'll batch up to GitHub. Get more coffee, maybe. You good? Is it good? Okay, here we go. Okay, so paste raw. Here we go. Choosing the index file. Import snippets. Generate updated file. No, see, it's adding. Here's the problem. No. Here's your problem. You're adding the import at the top of the output HTML file. Those snippets I paste into import need to be properly routed to the proper sections under which they'd fall if processing a list of a batch of files independent of importing existing snippets. Here's your problem. You're adding there we go. Clarified. Here's your problem. You just didn't understand, and I gotta clarify. Okay, what are you thinking, buddy? I'm now grappling with how imported snippets interact with existing category placement. I could have said the category because each snippet has a category. Each snippet has a data cat. You'll come back with data cat. The imports category assignment given regex logic issues in the parsing process. Complete removal followed by rerouting in place replacement proved inadequate. Of course, it'd be just as easy now to just copy and paste everything in. I'm probably everything I'm doing is overkill at this point. Well, it's got to work though. I don't want to like have to come back to this problem at some point in the future. I don't know why Google took the thinking away if you have Canvas open. Because it's just so insightful. Removing existing? What the? I see exactly what's happened. That's on me. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see if you got it this time. Again, very grateful this is not mission critical. I don't know if I have too many mission critical vibe coding things. I would be breaking a sweat. I'd be like, no, don't do that, no. And the idea, again, what I've done is I've got a batch processor. It just makes it easy to get what I have to where I need it to be in the index file, right? And I'm trying to do it, and I typed all this in, so I'm like, why would I have to retype all that crap? I don't want to have to retype all that crap. So I'm telling it what I need it to do, so I can take all the stuff that I already typed and have it automatically processed. So here we go. One more time. Import snippets, review batch. Wait, hang on. What does that say? Character limit exceeded. Okay, I didn't exceed any limits. Wait, what limits? But I didn't exceed any limits. There are no limits. There's no character limits exceeded. At this point, I might as well just copy and effing paste. It says, but none do. No text fields show up red, and all are 130 characters or fewer. That's weird. So I know I'm over processing this stuff. So I'm going to hit refresh. Well, this doesn't matter because let's just do this. Do one. Let's see what happens. Happens with multiple files processed or just one. False alert. Okay. Here I go down the rabbit hole. This is where I'm like, pro, I want to throttle you. This is where I need to open Claude. Say, Claude, here's what's going on. Here's what's happening, Claude. Seconds your upload and oh, duh. It's the wrong error. Cack. It's the wrong error. That's fascinating. So it gave me an error, but it was the wrong error. Okay, generate. No, you're still throwing. But you're still throwing all of my imported text at the top of the output HTML. Not parsing the imported text and adding the imported text. And inserting the imported text in the proper categories. Each imported app in text is going to have a category assigned, like work on. The issue, here's what problem I've been trying to solve. If there's a problem with output, I don't want to have to go back and re-enter, tweak description links in order to export. It was easier to take the output HTML from a failed formatting, prior failed formatting, and paste here to reparse properly into the new index HTML file output. Okay, trying to give it more context. But I got better error coding. Okay, I'm going to get more coffee as it thinks. I will BRB. Ah, good. What do we have? What do we have? Oh, man, did you figure it out? I see exactly what happened, and I apologize. Regex parsing is a known foot gun. I handed it right to you. That's great. Okay, I think that's it. It's building it yet. Sometimes you have to explain, like, oh, no, you're doing it. Here's what I'm trying to fix. Here's the problem I'm trying to fix. Well, that blew up. Yellow Feligates. All right, here we go. We're gonna try it again. Let's see what happens. Error. Oh, but it didn't output because it tells me upload the index first. Okay, great. Oops, wrong app. There we go. Generate updated. No, you're still screwing this up. I don't know how much more clear I can be. Stop inserting the at the top of the HTML document. Parse it, then place it properly in the appropriate sections, much like you would if each one of those apps were processed by dragging and dropping HTML into the app itself. Would go in the be processed properly first, then placed in the play on section. Get it? Oh, I'm product managing, addressing the user's frustration. I've pinpointed the user's frustration. Snippets aren't being parsed, but are dumped at the HTML's top. That's what. I've turned it. Absent anchor tags lead to ignored snippets, not incorrect placement. Bad formatting cause snippet removal, leading to incorrect placement. Dude, it's just at this point, it's just as easy to go back to the original processing that I was doing before, because this is just Has the user provided a flawed? No, I have not. I have not. That's not what I did. Hey, thanks, mate. I'm glad you're having fun with them. I didn't introduce the HTML errors. You did. I copied them out to paste back in so I could save time. But instead of saving time, I'm wasting it. I'm down. And now I'm doubling down on fixing it. Foot gun. First time, foot gun? I think we're down the rabbit hole. It's like, this is not I think I'm just gonna copy, and if this does not work, I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna copy and paste, because this is just insane. Trying to fix a problem ends up, all right, we're good. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna try it again. It's getting stupider and stupider. It's stupid. Just stupid. Just effing stupid. And this is where I just copy and paste it because it's dumb. It did not figure out what I needed to do. Okay, so we're going to do this. And we're going to copy and paste, which is exactly what I freaking should have done the first time. No, you are still inserting the damn imported top of the output HTML. This is where I get angry. This is where I really start getting angry, but I'm going to start bypassing anyway. No! Oh crap! No! Did I close the wrong? I closed the wrong fucking win. This is it. I was trying to save. Okay. Parse out and show me just the description text for each. Okay. I'm done. It was finally, there we go. Okay, great. Okay, I've got my copy and paste. I got my list. Thank you. And now I am going to drag and drop these 19 files. 404 not found. Go. WordPress script. WordPress board. This is a work on. WordPress trainer. Translator. It's more of a work. Trainer is kind of a work. Business CADs. Ooh, sorry. It's a work. Crystal Cluster is a player. Disco Ball is a play. Geode is a play. Golneer is. I want to say it's a game, even though it's music technically. Heart Drops is definitely a play. A T is translator. This is work. Maker practice definitely work. Imperial Command is it's more of a play. A Star Wars. There we go. That was a bit of a typo. Noise bleed. I still used AI to make this a little easier on me. To play on. Liquidity is play on. Anything visual is a play, like a shader. Vectorify is definitely work like a tool. An American Graffiti is a play. Voice keyboard is definitely music. There we go. Upload index first. Okay. Wait a minute. This is the original. I did. But are you effing S-ing me? Waiting for it's right there. How do I save it? Yeah. Desktop. I'll be back here. Wait, where is it? Did I put it under? Okay, I did. Okay, so is this? That's an HTML. Okay. Come on. Yes. Okay, process that then. Okay, great. Now, actually, we're going to test this again. Okay, so that worked. Oh, it's not going to do that though. You know, I don't want to have to redo this, so file, index out liquidity. No, it still got it wrong. Oh. What a baffling, just crazy. I'm just all I'm going to say is that I'm the only one who's probably paying attention to a lot of this stuff. And I'll just copy and paste it in. Don't need that. Okay, let's see here. When it's done, I'll refresh this. Copy and paste it in. If only to have a more complete 251 apps. Uneffing real. They all, at least the apps work. Here, just stare at a disco ball, everyone, while we wait. This one's gonna go viral. I have a viral post on it, Threads right now. I know it's going viral, and it's about Star Wars. Yay! Okay, did you actually do what you said you were going to? Crap! No! Ah! No! Crap! There we go. Index file. There. Upload new. Wait, we're going to test it first with just one app. No, nope, you screwed it up. Okay. Explain. Okay. No. Great. Explain to me in depth the output format and validation fix changes you made in the original. Because I'm just going to copy. This is where Gemini got stupid. Gemini is just so stupid now. Just explain to me. Don't give me code. Explain what I want. Hey, Randy. Okay, so now I'm going to open a new Gemini window. Add the original thing that should be working. It was the arcade, the arcade batcher. Address these issues in this app. Okay, there we go. To see if it messes it up. I've not had this much problem with Gemini. Like just simple stuff that it's barfing on. It's just Gemini has gotten stupid. Hey. How you doing, Kenshin? Every Thursday and Tuesday. Thursdays I'm vibe coding damn near every day, but I also learned that the popping that's happening in my speakers is because it's being routed through a hub. As soon as I went directly into my Mac, popping stopped, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, 233. So that was one. That was a proper one. Copy, but hang on. No. No. I've got to back up. kind of like, wait a minute. Hang on. I've got to back up. I'm like, that app is not what it should be. There we go. Nope. Shh. Oops. I didn't. The wrong file got overwritten. Oops. Nope. Oops. Yep. Sweet. Okay, great. But that's old. That's not. Yay! I have a backup. Oh my god. This is what happens when you juggle like 3,000 things. Okay, but text replacer should still work. Text replacer needs to be new. So, redirected apps. Okay, that's that. Okay, so if I do this, open with text edit. But no, that's the old one. View page source, copy. Instead HTML. Okay, so it's HTML. There we go. Okay, great. And then that should, sweet. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, I know. Thank God for backups. Oh, Buana, yeah, that's old school. I'd say it's relatively beginner friendly, but sometimes you go down rabbit holes like I've done tonight. And I've just run into problem after freaking problem after freaking problem. Okay, so now, theoretically, the thing that I've been needing to do. Nope. No, that's not what I needed. This and this. There we go. Okay. No. There we go. Theoretically, choose files. Chris. No! Why is it? This is the wrong one. Oh, crap. It's not. Why is it? Why is it inserting the HTML at the top of the document versus thought I had the final, but I don't. In the section, proper section for the why is it inserting HTML at the top of the document versus in the proper section? I'm taking down that globe. Down the freaking rabbit hole here because I don't have. That's the new, and I thought the last tool I had. Yep, see, it didn't do it. Now I'm got two parallel things going. I got to keep my head straight. Okay, text replacer. Instant HTML works fine. Okay, instant's good. Great. Clear that out. Text replacer. This, the desktop. Okay. Let's verify. Oops. This doesn't sound right. when I try to drag and drop multiple HTML files into the app, nothing happens. And I folder. Even trying to select folder. Even trying to select a folder with valid. Doesn't let me see all of the files. So wait, redirected apps would be text replacer. Shorter one. Oh, that doesn't even work. That's old. Okay, it's hitting a false positive. Okay, did this fix it? I hope I'm not getting lost with all my head. Throw you in scrapyard. Index loads. Nope. I kind of had a backup of the backup. This is still thinking. There, I don't want to lose that. Oh my god. Here I am talking about like vibe coding, and I'm literally down so many freaking rabbit holes. Override a read-only property, silently crashing the script. Sure. Oh, I think I've got to do it remotely. Oh, I'm sorry. Dude, I hope you don't have Tahoe. My thoughts, I'm getting one. I don't really care too much about the privacy screen. I like the iterative updates, though. This is where I get angry. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. Okay, so I need to close texture placer, close batcher, because I'm down the farting rabbit hole here. Copy into texture placer. Texture placer. There we go. Okay, so now I dragged multiple HTML files in, but it only picked up one. Just for argument's sake. Perillo. Ah, see, this is an old one. This is an old one. There we go. So unchanged. Wait, hang on just a second. Working with this one. Keeping you over there just in case. I think this is the output. This, let me kill you. You. Well, or I could try it myself. Drop zone. Add event listener. Tabs versus spaces. Go. Yeah, text replacer. Yeah. Okay, great. That works. Done. I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm done with text replacer. Kill you. Kill you. You're done. Nope. Instinct. No. There's my app. Oh my god. I'd have been so sad if I would have lost that. Let us give you an index. Wait, hang on. I have so many damn files on my desktop right now. No. Okay, wait. That didn't work. Make sure I've got the right one. Okay, create profile. There we go. Choose file. I'm going to do one. Just get stupid. This is where I'm gonna go to Claude. Gemini is just choking. Gemini is just choking on its own spit. All right, Opus, do your thing. Gemini's just thinking. Let me examine both files. Yeah, you examine both. Because that's not working. See if Gemini's going to fix it or Claude. Interesting. Where's sound on? Claude's giving me better information. I'm about done with you, Gemini. Well, I don't know if I have as easy of a backup for this other thing. There we go. 2 root causes, empty strings in index of. So all categories are parsed the same. Should we reformat? Ensure mistakes don't happen again without changing content or application of in. There is. Game On uses 8 spaces of indentation. It already used 3 spaces. Let me also check the indentation of the actual app entry section. I'm trying to make a smarter app here. But Claude is thinking it through. I'm pretty much not gonna. I'm done with dealing with Gemini, and this is not gonna. It's not gonna help. Take care, bud. Hard-coded comment strings had to be manually kept in sync. This last category is an entirely different code path. Uniform strategies for each data cat value. The regex. No comment. Oh, yes. Okay. Theoretically. Wait. Oh, crap. Theoretically, Claude fixed the problem. Gemini just spun and spun and spun. Okay. There's that. Let's try it. We're gonna try it. Yes! It worked. Crystal. Candy. Crystal cluster. Yeah! It worked. Ha! Hallelujah. Oh my God. Sometimes it's just the right tool. Sometimes it's the right tool, and I'm telling you, Gemini is no longer the right tool. Oh my God, I just wrestled with Gemini tonight. This is why it's almost critical to have like Gemini subscription, Claude subscription. Yeah, see, it's just Gemini's down the wrong path. Yeah, Gemini went down the wrong path. Okay, there we go. I'm going to Arcade Batcher, U2. Now go into the scrapyard. Arcade Batcher Processor Pro. That's all Gemini does anymore. It's like, well, I'm just going to give it a fancier name. It's not what I want. Okay, I'm going to keep Claude open just in case. Go back here, split view it, Arcade Batch Pro, and copy paste. Arbest is a work on, 404 not found is a play on. It's a play on words. Arbest trainer is, let's say, work. It's not really work though, it's more play. It's more of a game. Tactical translator. That is work. Business CADs is definitely work. Crystal cluster is fun stuff, play. Disco ball is play. Generative geo is definitely play. Golden ear is a game. Heart drops is play. Lattice translator. I'd say it's work. Megaplex is definitely work. Oh my god, the bugs that I ran into today. I am going to re-download everything too once I've got everything done, just for a proper backup. Refractions play, nosebleeds play, liquidity is play. SVG, that's a work. Wait. That's 19 files. Crystal, Disco, Geode, Golden Air Heart Drops, Lattice, Flax, Imperial Command. Ah, there we go. That was off. Wait a second. Lattice silent liquidity is fluid distortion. Vectorify. There we go. Okay, back on track. Oops. Liquidity. That's work. Play on voice keyboard is definitely sound. Download HTML. All right. Oh, index. All right. Theoretically, please tell me it worked. It worked. Oh my god. Like, oh my god, it worked. Okay, great. I'm done. That's it. Hallelujah. Oh my god. Oh my geez. Oh my god. Okay. I can kill you. Thank you, Claude. Oh my god. I can't. Claude did a much better job. So much time wasted with Gemini tonight. And it usually does these. I mean, it's in the past, it's done a great job. It's done a fantastic job. But now, man, I'm telling you, they did something where it's nerfed. It's not. It's inelegant. I'll say that. Folder. Oop. Arcade backup. February 2026. File size last modified. Wait, hang on. File type. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. File type. You gonna download it? All right, everything's downloading. Great. I'm doing a quote unquote proper backup right now. I'm getting all my apps in a row. My 252 apps. Just in case. Yep. Okay, great. Everything works. Sweet. Okay, so arcade backup. You are backed up. And it doesn't, the files don't take up that much space. Honestly. They don't take up that much space at all. Like in any way, shape, or form. All right, the batch processor works. Kind of need to make a, before I screw with that again. App processing. Let's see if that works. DocX, no. That was not good. We'll say this. Compress. Arcade batch processing. February 2026. Takes up nothing for space. Okay, great. I got 2 backups on top of backups on top of backups on top of backups. Everything else can be generated dynamically. And theoretically, everything here works as expected. Yeah, 252 apps. And they should all be functional. Like I was testing all of them here tonight. Rock color, you can change the rock color. When I click, ooh, I gotta fix this bug. When I click to close, I don't want to randomize. When I click to close the menu, these are like last second design tweaks. But whoa, font kerning is way off. Ew. What's the min? I need to change the min value. Wait a minute. How does... What the... Kerning. Min. -10. That's why. That would be why that would be problematic. Close you. Great. Close you. Font kerning. There we go. Okay. Great. I didn't want to... Perfect. Okay, that's great. Everything else seems to work. I'm able to export the STL. Huzzah! Yay! Okay, great. The index is saved. Now I need to change the geode. Generative geode. I'll change it locally since I have it locally still. This is where shame on me. Let's see if it takes the same approach. Now I'm kind of curious. I don't want the scene to randomize if I click away to close the settings menu. Or give me a plan. I'm not worried about Claude doing the same thing, but I'm going to see if it takes the same approach. Claude, I just trust. Oh, it's okay, Pixel. I figured you did, buddy. I'm still going. Gemini was choking. Claude saved my ass. Claude saved my butt, dude. It was choking. Gemini was choking on its own spit.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I fell off.
Current. Okay, so I'm going to do this change myself because I don't.
Yeah, right now, so I'm trying to figure out a way in which I could essentially stop using Discord as a file transfer system because they don't like to transfer larger files.
Discord's not the place to do that.
Yeah. So I was thinking about making my own program that connected you over peer-to-peer to be able to do that. But I want to make it like as simple as possible to make it work right. And you know, so people can use it easily.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make a program of sorts that connects both your computers together for file transfers like that through peer-to-peer.
Okay, it did the same thing. Great. I'm just over here fixing random bugs as I'm running into them before I upload to whatchamacallit. But yeah, there you have it. 252 apps. Here's the problem. I was looking at an app that I normally use. I was like, why is this wrong? Apparently, at some point, I copied over when I was doing because I had to go through each hang on just a second. I had to go through each app and update the canonical URL and the path URL. I mean, I didn't have to because redirects were like the old URL structure still works, but I went back to all the apps and said, okay, everything is now canonically arcade.perlo.com. You know, and so in doing that, I was making copies and backups and stuff like that. And apparently, when I was trying to do when I was editing the text replacement tool, I must have copied over the instant HTML tool. And so I copied over the code of a tool that I use all the time. I'm like, oh no, but I had a backup. I had a recent backup. Thank God. I mean, I have server backups, but I'm like, okay, I'm making a copy of everything right now. In fact, I'm going to ask my guy, I'm like, hey, could I get a zip file emailed to me every month of, you know, all the HTML files in this directory? You know, it's kind of what I'm going for. Thank you for following Black Mamba. I just like opening an app that works, you know. There's the music app that I ultimately made in the last session, and then the piano one was a bonus one. But yeah, 19 apps in this batch. 19 apps. You know, I kind of wonder. I don't want to. Sometimes I think, should I go back and update these other apps to try to get them to do things that I couldn't get them to do way back when? I'm kind of curious. Curious to know if we could add other dice to this mix rather than just the typical 6D. Because I wanted to add multiple types of dice, but it just the geometry wasn't working well. It wasn't working well at all. So I'm going to see if Claude's going to... I'm going to have Claude take a stab at it. I think this one's right. Yeah, this one should be right. I should test it. Yep, that works. Sweet. We can add the full RPG dice set. Okay, let's see if you can do it. Gemini couldn't. This was months ago, though. Sometimes I mean, it doesn't happen often. I'm like, I kind of wonder if I should update this, that, or the other thing. But then, sometimes it's best to leave well enough alone. Like, Magic 8 Ball, I went and redid not too long after I had uploaded the original, and I actually like I like the iteration more. Good batch. These have been really solid batches lately. Boy, there's no way. I'm almost at a year of vibe coding. A month more. I don't think I can reach 360 apps, 365 apps, but hitting 200, that was 250, and just hitting 250 in a year. And these are they're viable apps. They're visualization. They work. Like if they're buggy, I fix the bug. If they're glitchy, I fix the glitch, or I'll iterate. I'll improve it. Crazy, man. I think my favorite ones to make, I mean, I love the visualizations, but my favorite ones I think to make are the tools, like the 3D printing tools. In fact, that's the next one that I was going to look to tackle. Rabchilla had mentioned in, we got new people. Rabchilla, if I can find him on the back channel, had another idea for an HTML app, or specifically for 3D printing people. Have you tried either of the signs? The sign makers?
No, I haven't.
Excellent.
I've actually went into them, but I haven't really messed around with them too much. I did see how they worked a little bit.
Okay, so a generator for custom display bases and nameplates for popular figures. Well, they could probably use the same thing. I know what he's saying. I don't know, man. And the only other thing I wanted to possibly iterate is multicolor support. I'm gonna burn through all my Claude credits here. Multicolor support for Arabesh Forge. We have great 3MF export support right in this right now, but I'm not sure the multi-color option is working. I can get a 3MF open in the bamboo slicer from this, but the base sign and text are seemingly not separated, at least not by color outright in the 3M export. All right, go. Boy, it's still working on the new dice. I don't know. I'm like this. I'm incredulous that it's gonna pull it off. But I think if I use, I mean, I don't want to pay out the nose, but I think if I use Gemini for the base taste of any one of these apps, I feel Claude can kind of flesh out the technicalities. Using Claude for design, I'm not so sure. There we go. Now I understand the issue. Problem's clear. Oh, so it's fixing the 3MF implementation. Fascinating. I wonder if this will work. Makerchip app. Is it? Yeah, Makerchip app. There we go. But what are the instructions? There's a thing in the 3D printing community called Maker chips. They're all standard sizes, standard size, expectation up to 4 colors used in a 3MF. You are working QR code on one side, typically the user's logo, SVG, on the other. Makerchip tutorial. Cookie CAD. Wait, hang on. I'm looking at what specs we've got here. No, that didn't work. I want to build a single web page app that allows users to more easily create and customize their own maker chips. Multicolor perfectly before exporting to 3MF into, say, the Bamboo or Orca slicer. Ready to go. Did this work? Oh, there we go. Okay, that worked. Great. So now I'm going to download a 3MF. If this worked, man. Yeah, color and data. Great, color and data. Recalculate. Oh, diameter 0.2. 0.4. Recalculate, okay. Forge. But wait. It loaded as a 0.2 nozzle. I see 2 colors. This is me testing. This is what it looks like when doves test. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep. Okay. I see that the 3MF has 2 colors, but only one of those colors is in the model itself. The second color, white, or the text, is not active in the actual text. Wait, can I? If I change it, no, see if I change the color, that's not going to work. Because look, PLA basic, oh here, device. Wait a second. Try opening Panda. So changing the color does nothing. So changing the color does nothing to the model. All right, let's see if the dice worked. Oh man, it mostly worked. There's the D8s. Oh no, D10s. D10s. D10 geometry failing off, and you can't see the number on other dice other than D6. They're not showing, either not showing up or not middle, center, aligned on any face on any particular other die. Maybe sure it's just 2 filaments. I see. You're still in the original file. The old code used separate object elements. Two objects shown by components per every triangle. Correct base materials element. Okay, let's try this. Downloading a new 3MF. That loading failed entirely. I might have this dice maybe further along. At least I got the shapes mostly. I want to start this other Claude, but I don't want to burn through my tokens, right? Because I got other things I want to do. Oh, yeah, take care, Kenichi. Good to see you again. Or, sorry, Kenshin. My God, Kenichi. Where the hell I can't read. This is a problem when I have too many things going on. Like, all right.
Looks like I got this peer-to-peer connection working.
Okay, so what did you do the peer-to-peer for to get from what to what?
So any file that you're trying to transfer to anyone else, you can essentially just go through this instead of going through another service.
But why would you?
You just go, why would you? Because
Yeah.
well, I know that a lot of people, they go through Discord, and then Discord has that issue with but I mean, I know you can use free other websites to do that too, but essentially I was really trying to go and make it so that I could essentially just have a folder on my desktop that I could just dump things into, and it would go to
Right.
everyone else on my network. But you'd need a virtual private network for that to work correctly.
Why not just use something
Or
like
you need
Tailscale then? Just use
Yeah,
Tailscale.
and I do have that.
Well, I mean, I think that would basically solve the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it does what it... Yes, but at the same time, I would like it to be between... So, like, let's say I wanted to go and I wanted to transfer a file to you. In a perfect world, I'd like to go and just be able to put it inside a folder on my desktop and it already be transferred over to you.
I think I know what you mean.
You know, you'd automatically download it on your side. It would just automatically do it. You'd have it in that folder.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. D10s are off. Yeah, I'm gonna... I'm not gonna worry about this one. Interesting. Here's the problem. GitHub issue confirms that Bamboo... So I can't even do the advanced thing that I want to do because it's not going to work. Bamboo Studio doesn't honor colors from non-Bamboo 3MF files.
Does it allow you to go to the nearest color type?
No, that's not what I mean. It's not a type. It's the problem is the object's not being loaded as I've got these two parts of this one model. This is this color, this is that color. So it's got its own multicolor workflow. So I'm basically having Claude debug, like, how can I get this to work? Because if I can get this, if I can figure this part out, then I can make it easier for people to make maker chips.
Right. I guess what I'm saying though is that, and maybe I'm not understanding you still, but I was basically saying, like, if let's say you had a color that was purple and it didn't have a purple, but it had a
no,
pink
that's not the problem. That's a slicer thing. You can change. It's not the problem. Yeah, completely different thing. It's not. It doesn't matter what color you set. A 3MF file that wasn't created with a Bamboo slicer isn't recognized as a multicolor file in Bamboo Slicer.
Right.
So if you exported from the Prusa slicer, multicolor, Bamboo Slicer go, I don't know what the hell is going on.
So you're trying to get it to convert, essentially.
Yes, I'm trying to get, because I know people use the Bamboo Slicer, what I'm trying to do. Okay. What I'm trying to get it to do is recognize that the 3MF that I'm exporting has two different colors so that the user doesn't have to go in and change the text and stuff. Now it is going to warn me. Yeah. Nope. Still no good. No go. Still no go. Still no go. I'm going to have to get a longer... Well, or do I have to get a longer cable? Instead of components, put each color as a separate build item. Two independent objects occupying the same same space. Actually, how many multicolor models work with bamboo? So it's doing research. Putting the
So
two
now
parts
I've
as
got this
separate
part-
build items, not components.
I got this part working the way I wanted to. So instead
Okay.
of placing down your block at the exact right location that you wanted to, it's going to remember which block that you placed down, and you can use your arrow keys
Oh,
to
you can
kinda
move
nudge
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the exact area that you hold shift and then go down or up, it'll go down and up.
How are the triangles looking on this thing? Right. Okay. Instead of composing parts via components, puts the base and text as two separate object elements, each of their own item in the build. Two distinct objects.
Now I'm going to need to be able to rotate my blocks here.
Okay, let's try this.
It's interesting that you brought up tail scale because I just started using that, and
Oh,
what I
funny.
used in the past was Ramachi. I
I
don't know if
never
you know
heard
what
of
that
that
is,
one.
but it's basically the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, from what I can tell, it's basically the same thing. It's only more updated.
Hang on. So object, Arbesh, line base, line text, change filament. It worked! Okay. It worked. Great. Sign base has got 8 non-manifold edges. That worked. Okay, great. And I trust you, Claude, that you didn't nuke anything else. Now, these STLs and 3MF bases, at least, are coming out with manifold edges, 8 or so in some. That worked. Great. Got a new Arabesh forge. So the 3MF, so I can take the I'm fixing pretty big bugs, but this gets me on the way to making a maker chip thing for sure. Okay, so that worked. You can, so they're separate. So that was Arbesh Forge. We need to do okay, if I did Arbesh Forge, pre 3MF multi. Ooh. Makerplex.
Made it so that if you want to like remove a whole bunch of blocks in succession that is the same type, basically you
Yeah.
can hold down the mouse button, and
So,
instead of because before what it would do if you hold down the mouse button, it would just like delete everything, any kind of block
oh
that
my
you're
god.
looking at, and now it'll just delete whatever block that you started with, and nothing
Oh
else.
man. Yeah. All right. Let's see if you work here. MF. Okay. Yes.
Trying to get the rotation to work right on these things now.
Objects.
Yeah, there we go.
Done.
Now it's working.
Now it has 188. No.
Thinking what I should do
like you
is
bring the same 3MF multi-color logic that worked in into both and maker.
yeah, like right now it's giving me like different beds of different colors to go and put down. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all the blocks that have like is the same type of just different colors and just have it open up a color picker for me.
Mm.
I think that would be the better way of going about that, rather than having it all displayed.
Which makes sense. I'm going to run out of my session limit. I blew here last week. I guess Claude has a weekly limit on my plan.
Right.
And I blew through the weekly limit. Like, I was like, you have to wait until Wednesday. So this is the first day, or the second day that I've been able to use it. Because I was using it prolifically, right? I was like, I got to fix this. I'm going to see if I could fix these things. And then tomorrow, maybe I'll be able to take my approach. Like, the 3MF export logic must be akin. We need a radically different new design for this. Must be equal to that which works in this attached app or a bet, or only looking to pull logic from it. This app needs to have reasonable sliders, options, etc. and the exact parameters for a successful maker kit.
I thought about trying to make a Chrome extension.
Oh yeah? Which one?
Yeah.
What kind?
So I'm using a thing right now that will dictate what I'm saying and put it into any form by right clicking and just clicking on the dictation. But
Oh, interesting.
it's a paid app though, so I could buy it, but I'm thinking like maybe I could make it. Maybe I could vibe code it instead.
Why not, dude? That's what gets me going. I've
I
got,
mean, I've never
in
done it
fact,
for you know, I've never done it for an extension for Chrome, but maybe
right.
it's possible.
I haven't tried a Chrome extension yet either. I've done like bookmarklets.
Right,
That's
right,
it.
yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I find so fascinating about the whole thing and how this works is that if you don't know something, it can help you through it.
Yeah.
It might not always be correct, but it'll get you there enough.
Yep. Daring. Oh. Yep, I hit my session limit. I knew it. I knew I'd hit it, dude. Oh crap! I knew I'd hit it. I knew I'd hit it as soon as I went. That's why I was like, do both of these. Okay, here we go. Objects. Black content. Black stand. Black content. I can change the filament to 2. Sweet, they now work. It works. It works. Ah! But I've hit my maker plaques, business CAD. Okay, so business CADs. Now is a 3MFX pot. Business CAD. Yeah. I got a ping Rab Chilla here. Okay. He's gonna like this because it makes it easier to color. That. So I got a pre-3MF business CADs and pre-3MF maker plaques. good. You look good. Okay, so now I'm going to here. Tool scrapyard. These are my backups. When I make big changes to some of these apps, I'm like, I have to like, oh, okay, that did work better. Yep, that worked. 404 worked better. Don't you like it when things just work the way that you want them to work?
Yeah, right.
Like the first time out, I'm like, I'm having problems with shadows.
Makes
And it
life
goes,
so much
okay.
easier.
And then it like actually did it. You've played with my 404?
Yeah.
And fun. Is it the most fun 404 you've ever?
Yeah, for sure.
Blur radius shadows now appear significantly smoother, more accurate towards the paper's movement. Shadow casting for the backside, great, ensuring that the shadows remain consistent even when the paper ripples. Oh my god, this is great. This is great. Look at this. I can shake my paper around. You can't yank it off though. It's not gonna yank off.
Right.
Weird Al yank it off. Oh, this is just crazy. It's crazy to me how it. This is the most fun. This is the most. It worked too. I was a little worried. I'm like, do I adjust this? Because it may choke. Great change. Perfect. Now, can we make that top bar far more chrome with shadow and gradient, etc.? Holding the sheet without touching, without changing anything. Oh, give me a plan before you execute. Do not know. Hey man, thank you for watching. Baran. Very nice to see you. I'm vibe coding. This is what I'd be doing anyway, like tonight. Even without a stream, I'd be like fixing, uploading, changing, modifying, scrapyarding here. 3D printing, although I got to get my next print going. I haven't. This one I'm kind of excited to tackle. If I can get the maker chip working for on MakerDeck. Okay. Yes. I'm going to try to make that black bar more chrome. That's the only other thing that was kind of bothering me. So if I get it to tell me what it's going to do before it does it, I feel that it's less all over the map, you know, as opposed to just saying do this.
Sure. Yeah.
It just seems that Gemini needs that. But even then, like I said, I would have been lost tonight without Claude on a couple of things. Like it does a lot of heavier bug fixing. A lot.
Right. Yeah.
A lot more than Gemini. Big time. And this is allegedly, I know they say smart, it's just not, it's not competent yet. It's not there. Not for software development, not for this kind of thing. Claude's got it. Great. And it even has a shadow under the Chrome bar. That's great. Yep, that worked. Fantastic update. Much better. Curious though. The shadow the bar casts is almost so harsh that it's not it looks like the paper is disconnected. Could we always rotate the back color to be a gradient? Could we set the background to be how the background in this attached app is? I scrapyarded this in the 404. In the 404s? Yeah, Lost in the Garden. Lost. No, those are initials. Had a bathroom tiles one.
Okay.
Wait, I swear to God, I had a.
Let's see.
Did I not? Where did I put him? No, I know I had him in here. Did I remove him from the? Curiouser and curiouser. I had him. No, I had him. This is dangerous. Date last opened.
Okay, let's see if this is working. Yeah, the extension's working.
You got it? Okay, so what does the extension do?
So, here, I can show you right here. So I can right click on this text field here, start dictation, and I can just start talking. Basically, then I can just hit copy here and paste it in. I'm going to actually change this though to automatically put it in and fill it in for me on the text box.
Can't you do that natively on the? Well, you're on Windows.
Yeah, I am on Windows. Yeah.
Okay, so hang on, let me. This is where I have to search.
Kind of surprised it was that simple though. Took me what, all of 5 minutes?
Yeah. Just, I mean, I haven't
it's
even
not
tried
that complicated, but yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to pay for that other extension.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's something that, was it. Wait a minute, that was it. Hang on. Shouldn't have, like, blobs. No? But why are the blobs not working? Why are it's Firebase, that's why.
Oh wow! Apparently, I coded that on fast and didn't even realize, and it worked.
Isn't that funny? Sometimes I'm like, oops.
I wonder if they're still working on the diffusion model for Gemini.
Oh, possibly.
That's the one that generates your code and stuff in like a few seconds.
Yeah, I'm hoping that would save a lot of freaking time and tokens. Claude does a good job with that.
Yeah. Are you sure they're using a diffusion model?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't
know
think
that
they
it's
are.
it's updated. It's updated in a without having to edit everything before.
Yeah. They do that, and I've actually seen Gemini do that before, without having to rewrite everything.
Oof.
It doesn't do it every time, but I have seen it do it.
There we go. Iterating. I'm the only man out there iterating 404s. Baran said, sorry, I missed this. Do a little vibe coding as well from time to time, mainly just IT specialist for sysadmin. Hey, man, whatever works. Peter Panning. Come on, Gemini, don't choke. Don't choke, Gemini. Don't do it. Of course, like, all these dang... I did get a better 404 page. Like, much better shadow. That's what I was going for.
Okay, let's see if that works. Yep. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted.
Wait a second. It's still there.
Yeah, this is working much better.
And then I have real work to do. Getting prepped for this weekend's Saturday event.
Right, yeah.
The virtual event. Don't know if you're going to be able to make it. It's going to be, I think, a packed house.
Saturday I will, yes. Because, yeah, that's when my vacation starts.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, what time?
That would be noon Pacific.
Okay. Now, if I wanted to make a quick little kitchen here, I'd be able to do it relatively easily. Let's see. Paint mode. Pick on a tile set. Yeah, be fine.
I will not likely be staying up to 1 o'clock so that I can start my maker chip project. To disappoint the one person who cares.
Oh, that's weird. It so I rotated the block and now it like rotated my my left and right keys when I'm nudging the block. Yeah. That's another thing I need to add. I need to add a undo.
Undo's a good thing.
I had accidentally made a big hole in my map here. Let's see. Standard placement.
This one's got a 404. Nice.
Right. Oops. No.
Got a good post going on Reddit. 62 ups. I posted my 404.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, you know what? Okay, I think that this is my gold. That one seemed to do okay. I gotta get that out tomorrow, which I will do. In fact, I can get that ready. This is the hardest thing about streaming, is having like so many damn windows open. I'm definitely keeping that Claude open though, for sure.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the good things about using anti-gravity though, is because all of your models are just right there in the same thing.
Yeah. All right, good enough.
So like you don't have to like paste your context over from one to the other. You'll just
Yeah.
you just click on whatever model you want to use. Huh, there you go. That's using the new Nano.
Wait, hang on, let me see. Oh wow, nice! I love it. Is that like a Charles Fleischer style kind of thing?
Yeah.
Boop. Okay, 404 page updated. Now it should be better shadow shading, holder, all around.
It even really got your Darth Vader there on the stand.
Send that to me, man. That's great. When you're finished, try my other apps. The role's ended. Return to the arcade. This is so cool. This is so. I'm sorry, but it's just the stupidest thing. But I just can't believe.
So
this guy posted
what did it code it in, or like how'd you come up with it?
So there's a designer on X, and he posted a video of this, and so I had no code, no working code whatsoever, and I said, okay, here's what I'm trying to do. Here's what I'm trying to do. And it basically iterate. Like his original one, the papers, like the receipt is hanging from the top of the browser window.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, like that's interesting. But I'm like, wonder if it could be like on a bar of sorts. And so
now see, what would be cool though is that if you could go and just import, and you should theoretically be able to do this, import that same video into Gemini and understand.
I did. I said, here's what I'm trying to do. And ultimately that's kind of what got it, what ended up doing it. And then it's just been, small tweaks from there. Just
'Cause,
trying to
yeah, if
get
it's
it
able to
just
see
right.
each frame of the video and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. And then tonight, what I wanted to do is I wanted to better address the bar I didn't like. I thought it was kind of amateur. The background was kind of too plain. And so on the background, you might notice on the 404, there are like blobs that go. So like randomly, if I hit refresh, it'll be different colors, different blobs, different positions. Perfect. Now
I had seen somebody on X the other day. They had basically said, now LLMs can make games out of movies or whatever, right? And
yeah,
he posted a video of the Lion King SNES game, trying to pass it off as the LLM making that.
okay.
And I just don't understand, like, why you would want to give your energy to something like that, like a hoax like that. I don't know. It's weird to me. People don't have anything better to do with their time, I guess.
I was messing around with the SVG stuff, but I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
There's another SVG tool that was just launched that is pretty good, but I haven't used it.
Right.
Okay. There we go. I wanted to mix up the colors a lot. I don't just want it to be purple blobs. I just going for. I like the idea of like, well, it doesn't need to be the same color. Not that anybody's ever really going to hit my 404 page,
right,
all that often, but that's why I uploaded it specifically as a separate app. Right. So like you can like I want people to see my 404 page. Because otherwise it's like it's not going to go anywhere.
Right. Here's another one that's kind of interesting.
You know, kind of wonder, should I? Or not found. Where is... There we go. Different colors. Sweet. And people I know are visiting my 404 page. My curiosity, though, is are they converting to viewing the rest of the arcade?
Right. Can you see your traffic on that? I'm sure you could.
Yeah, I have traffic, on it. Like real time. And I know, like with Reddit, the way that it's going, like I know people, they're watching. The people are coming to specifically to the 404.
Gotcha.
I've got to get these batched. Those are cool images. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so now this can reason across your images too, in terms of like before it makes it. And so it gives you, a lot more control over how everything works. And
Oh,
it is able to give you like let's say you go and ask for an infographic. It can be a lot more intelligent in how it makes that infographic now.
I got to get a better screen grab for that.
Yeah, see, so like this right here is a infographic on how to buy a car. And it's much better than it had been before.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting really, really detailed with this stuff, like insanely. And when I need to use it, I definitely want a good one for sure.
Right.
Like when I need an output, I just don't necessarily like. Some people just generate images constantly. I'm like, I just
Sure. Yeah, it's not needed all the time now.
Yeah.
There's a show that I watch, and I took I basically made a screenshot of it, and then I put the show's sound in it,
Yeah.
and that's what I ended up coming up with because I turned that image that I made with Nano Banana to a video, and then I went into the editing software and zoomed in and made it's a very short thing, but looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it over to you through Discord.
Okay. Trying to get a better screen grab here of the.
Yeah.
A better thumbnail for. Do a hard refresh. 404. There we go. Good enough. 352 apples.
Ah, shit. That didn't make sense. Hate when that happens. I put the wrong pane in the wrong anti-gravity window.
Yeah, been there, done that. All right, I am going to close out because I got stuff that I have to pay attention to.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I got through all my other snags, so I'm happy. Minus getting stuff batch processed for GitHub. I'll get them up on GitHub. Not that it matters. I got the newsletters out. Not really social teasing, but I'll get the Discord stuff out tomorrow probably.
Right.
Or maybe tonight. I don't know, before I go to bed. Who knows?
Oh, I did.
You what? You kind of dropped out. Did I lose you? Did I lose you? I may have lost you.